Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my new series called How to Be You, and today I have a special guest with me. We're going to be talking to her about all things about how to be her. Mica Rivera, actress, tennis player, and my very good friend. Hi, Maika.
Hey, I love the last part.
How to be you.
How to be me?
Yeah.
Be Mika's friend.
And you know what? We have almost the same name. We might as well be sisters.
Literally, and it's like, oh my gosh, sometimes I don't even want to be me.
Why?
Well, like, I don't know, like sometimes it's hard. Like life is hard, isn't it? Like life,
It is hard.
it's like so much obstacle. Like I feel like there's not one person that would be like, yeah, I'm totally happy. Like I'm happy to an extent. But like to actually be like happy, it takes an effort.
I mean, we can try our best to keep that mentality, like that positive mentality.
Right.
But as we get older, I just feel like we become unsheltered and unprotected from real life.
Exactly.
And then it hits us. And it's like, oh, there's so much crazy stuff going on in the world.
So much, like in your brain and everywhere else. And it's just like...
So what makes you tick? Like, what makes you happy?
Well, okay, so I'm an actor, like you've mentioned, and like, I really think I'm very passionate about acting, not because I want the fame. Of course it comes with it and the money if you do good, but like, honestly, it's more therapeutic for me, and that's why it became my passion. With how crazy like everything is, like in general, like family, school, work, or like life in general, you get emotional, and like some go to therapists, which like I would like, you know, it's normal. But for me, acting, I get to let it all out. So like if I'm like, let's say, and it's so good when you like go through something so difficult and then you have to make like a crying scene and then you just let it all out and you're like, oh, that's so good. Where'd you get that from? I'm like, you don't know where I got it from. You don't want to know.
I relate so much. Honestly, that's also why I fell in love with acting.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I guess I can say we started at the same place with
Literally.
this journey.
Yes.
Because you were basically the first person I talked to when I entered the first Star Magic workshop. that I entered. That Mr. M put me in.
I have photos of us, girl.
You do?
Facebook.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
We need to throw that flash.
Wait, we gotta put like throwback pictures.
Yeah.
At the time, we were living in the same complex, right? And we had no idea.
Yes.
And then I walked in, and you know how ABS-CBN, everyone speaks Tagalog.
Right.
I walked in, you said hi, you were like, oh, hi, you wanna sit with us? Or like, whatever, what's your name?
Because we speak English.
Yeah, and then we both spoke English. And then we both were like, oh, where do you stay? Where do you live? And we both are from Makati.
Right.
We were just so aligned right away, and then we became friends.
Exactly. It was so genuine.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the aura, like the energy. You know how energy attracts?
Yeah.
I feel like that was the energy working for us.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy. But that became a massive issue okay, because I came from Australia because I used to be a professional tennis player, like you did mention. So I stayed most of my life training in Australia, which wasn't easy, you guys. I was a Filipina in Australia, which is like difficult for me. I was by myself. So like, it's hard.
And it's so cute because she would always have like a slight Australian accent when she would speak English sometimes.
Yeah, and then like I was also having a hard time in speaking Tagalog at that time, and that's why I think we connected. And then there was even a point where we had to, well, obviously we're Filipinas and we got to be proud, we got to represent, you know what I mean? So we had to learn how to properly speak Tagalog, and I feel like that was also something that we bonded on.
Did you take workshops at the time, Tagalog?
I know, I was just watching a lot of like movies.
Oh, so I was probably worse than you because I had to take Tagalog workshops.
Oh, you had Tagalog workshops?
I did with Kira Ballinger and Ivan Karapiet.
Oh my
like
gosh.
us three were in a class together, and they used to make us read the comic books and the tabloids in Tagalog just so that it'll be crispier.
Right.
Not that we didn't know how to speak Tagalog. Yung accent, we had to fix
Kailangan
it.
talagang malalim yung
Kailangan
Tagalog.
malutong.
Yeah, malutong. Yeah, and crunchy.
Crunch.
No, but you know what? I honestly, of course, anything in life takes hard work, right? And I appreciate ABS, because that's where we were, ABS.
Yeah, we're ABS babies.
Particularly Star Magic. I appreciate their efforts because they know that that's where we're weak at. And like, I appreciate how, okay, you have workshops for this, you have workshops for this. Like, at that time, I thought like, why are you not accepting me for who I am? Now, looking back, I'm like grateful because they're actually, like, they see this potential, but we're like diamond in a rough. And I guess they were polishing us.
They were.
Like, you know? Let me polish you. Let me make you shine.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel anyway.
For me, I really need to give Mr. M his props because do you remember the aquarium?
I do.
Like they would line us up, all of us in like white t-shirts and
Go-sees.
jeans for go-sees, and they would literally pick and you would sit there like, why are they not picking me? Why are they not picking me like for shows or auditions or something? And Mr. M had an eye for seeing who had something substantial that they can carve out and mold and turn into a star.
Right.
And I experienced that whole thing with you. And it's cool because you had a whole other background before you even started acting, which is like high level professional tennis.
But our first project together where we actually like spent so much time together was picked by Direct Lauren, Girl Trends.
Oh yeah. Wait, was that the first?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, okay, so after the workshop. That
After
was the first
workshop,
real
it's the
thing.
first, yeah. And then, excuse me, Direct Lauren was the one who chose. Remember that? And now he's running. He's running like Star Magic now.
Oh my gosh, remember those auditions?
We went to audition.
Like the sound stage in ABS was like full of girls, like so many girls. And then me and Maika would
But it's a girl group, that's why.
yeah, obviously, like they were trying to find a group.
Yeah.
But then me and Maika would always be like, are we still in? Are we still in? Oh my gosh, we're still in. Okay, we're still in. And they would just be like cutting like this group out, exit. This group, okay, dance, out, exit. You stay. Like it was so cutthroat.
Yeah.
Like it should have been a reality series, that whole process. They should have documented that whole thing. It would have been a hit, I feel like. But anyways, it was different though because we were all individual artists. It wasn't like we were auditioning to be in a girl group. It was like each of these artists were already from Star Magic, already training to be their own individual artist. And they put this whole group together to be a group on Showtime.
Which isn't easy.
Not easy.
Especially if you have like different individuals, different backgrounds, different opinions.
Different levels of expertise.
Yes.
Why did you point?
Wait, okay, to be fair, they did ask who can dance, who can sing. Do you remember that time? I think Direct Lauren asked people. I vividly remember this. Like Direct Lauren asked girls or one of us or us when we had to go see who is able to sing and dance. I remember you raising your hand, which you could. I didn't. But then at that time when it was like, remember when it was already in Showtime? It was already listed. I was actually auditioning for a TV radio to be like a weather girl at that time. And then they were like, oh, by the way, you need to go to Showtime studio and like try to audition for this. I wasn't even ready. I didn't have shoes. I didn't have anything. So we had to buy shoes so that I can dance across like ABS. I just dance like how I would dance in a club. And then, I mean, I guess if it's meant for you, it's meant for you.
Yeah.
But I'm not a dancer nor a singer, that's why I'm grateful for them because they at least tried to help me for my sake. You know what I mean?
Which I think when we started Girl Trends to the end, you improved the most.
Because I was the worst.
No, everyone had different levels. Most of everyone improved.
Yes.
But the internet is so ruthless, right? So then if we mess up, then they're just gonna rip us to shreds, and they love that because it's high engagement, they go viral or whatever. Yeah. But they don't know what goes into rehearsing and trying to get everything as good as it can get for live TV for only a few hours of rehearsing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like even if you want to be a professional tennis player, you are practicing how many hours in a day?
Whole life.
Your whole life, right? But you expect these girls who were just put through on stage, like no group training, like proper group training, and expect them to be like the most polished thing ever. I feel like that's like an impossible expectation. But we did our best.
We did.
Yeah.
We tried.
I'm so grateful for that experience though, because I feel like if you want to make it in show business or in life, that was the best training ground for it.
Exactly.
You are with all kinds of people, all walks of life, all personalities, and they're giving you things on the spot. So it's testing your reflexes, like, how am I going to handle myself in this situation?
Basically, you need to be smart. And it's like, if you're not, then woo.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they believed in us. They believed in us. They're like, you know what? You can handle this.
I truly think it was a test.
Maybe.
It's like, which of these people are capable and will go through the challenges thrown at them and like pass them with flying colors.
I believe
so
that.
then maybe they can do the bigger things after that,
I believe that.
which I think we did.
I feel like. I hope so.
What was the thing that you felt like was a project that you did where you felt like, oh, this is my break, or like, oh, I'm in my element doing this?
Acting.
Acting, huh?
I really love acting. People would ask me, like, what do you want to do? Like, what is it that you really want in the industry? Because there's hosting, there's there's performers, which is singing and dancing. There's acting, and I really feel I'm for acting. Like, although I know, I mean, if they put me, I'd be grateful if I was a host, but like, just my heart speaks when I'm acting. Acting's not easy. You have to memorize scripts and then like cry on the moments where it needs to be. Like, there's a certain word or certain sentence that you really need to feel the most.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes if it's not trained, if you're not really trained as much, or like if you don't have the capability, it's kind of hard to hit that moment. And it's that moment that makes it a thing, you know? Oh, I can talk about acting all the time.
What do you think separates you from other actors in that way?
You know, I can't speak because I don't really know what other actors have, but I know specifically for me, I've been through a lot. Like I said, I'm an emotional person, so that I can relate to a lot of things very much so. Like, I get attached to my character. I get attached to I can relate.
You have compassion for the characters.
I think so.
It's easy for you to pinpoint a point in your life where it relates to that character so you can live it truthfully.
Yeah. Like, I've had a hard life. I feel, who hasn't? But like, I feel like for me personally, I've had like a journey of life where I've been so low and so high and here, there. And I just want to share that. Like, I want to share the pain, the joys, the struggle, the sacrifice. I really think that's something that I personally can be proud of, that I've been through a lot. If they do give me an opportunity to act more, which they do naman, but in general, I want to just keep showing how powerful emotions are. And I want to make people feel. Because sometimes like people watch stuff and they just want to chill and they want, you know, they want to feel stuff. Like some people, I don't know.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's so valid because I feel the same way. I feel the most alive when I can bring out all of these dark, nasty experiences and feelings and pour it out on set. Like, I feel so fulfilled.
Exactly.
Like, people think like, hala, you're crying so much. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, this is therapy for me right now. And I love it because I can't really express this feeling in my normal life.
You can't. Like you said, those really dark emotions, you can't just, I feel like even if you go through therapy, you can talk about it, but actually letting that emotion out, like literally letting it out, is just a whole different.
Yeah, and I think it makes you better as a person.
It does.
One is because also I feel like when we're acting, we have to connect with other people.
Yes.
And when we try to do that for ourselves, I feel like it heals some of that, the trauma and the not so great stuff that we've been through that we use to fuel our acting, just to make it more layered and not so
just like
one dimensional.
Yeah, because like it's like, ow, it hurts. Like it, you know what I mean? Like that's acting, but then there's acting where it's like you really feel that pain, you know? Like you really, I love it.
I love that we're both so passionate about it because we went through the same intro, climbing the ladder phase, and then like having our own shows.
Yeah.
We were always aligned and connected throughout our career journey, which is rare to find.
It is.
You know how they say they're showbiz friends and then there's friends in real life? You're one of my true friends that are both. I'm friends with you on set in showbiz and off.
I feel the same.
Which is, I think we developed that. Remember when we used to get coffee and like just talk
all the time
and be like kind of each other's cheerleaders?
Or like we would just go random places. Like, hey, do you want to go to this place? And do you want to go to that place? And I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where did we go? Bohol?
We went to Bohol.
Bohol, right.
That was where that whole, we're going on an adventure to see the world. That was wild.
Right.
It's rare to find friends like that. When I find friends like that, I keep them because it's like we have the same perspective on the world.
10 years. Mm-hmm. And 10 years of friendship. And I feel like friends is just not like hanging out, having coffee all the time, or like even if we don't hang out, like I feel like we barely hang out like all the time. But But then when we do, it's like nothing changed.
Yeah.
And that's special, I feel like.
Like, this is the perfect example. You were texting me yesterday on Instagram saying you're going to be in LA. Can we have coffee?
Yes, which we are.
Which we are. Cheers. But then I was like, wait, can we do this little podcast series thing? And now we're here.
Hello. Fun. I love it.
But it's like, that's so normal for us. Like, you're that type of friend that I just pick up and like, we just go.
Yeah. And as it should be, spontaneous.
We had commonalities of like living abroad and when we were younger and we were left there alone by our parents. Oof. I also lived in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lived in Australia for a year. I went to boarding school for a year.
I didn't know that. I mean,
I told you this.
You did? Oh, I probably forgot. Yeah. I know you went to NYU.
I did.
Hey.
That was after. It was Australia, back to Manila, Italy, and then New York. When you told me that you lived in Australia, I was like, she gets it. Like, she's one of those people.
Living abroad really, like, that's something that I'm grateful for in my life. I think being able to survive in a different country and learning the culture is something that is unteachable in school. Like, I think that's something that if people have the chance to do, should do. Because it really shapes you as a person. It learns you how to be independent.
Yeah.
It learns you how to be stronger and to like stand your ground. And you're not like protected by like mom, dad, you're kind of just like on your own. I think back then while I was going through it.
How old were you when you went?
Like I was like 9. Well, my dad would be there, but like 9 till 16, I was like in Australia, in and out.
Oh, wow.
And then I really think that shaped me who I am when I was going through it. I felt isolated. I felt homesick. I was so scared. I was so worried. But then looking back now that I'm older, when it matters, I'm like, hell yeah, I've done that. And I feel like that's the greatest gift and a curse. More of a gift that my parents had given me. It was tough, but it was amazing.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I was in Australia from 14, 15-ish, similar age to you when you ended your stint there. It really does teach you life.
Yes.
You're protected because you're in a system of sorts.
Yeah.
So you're not like on the street on your own or anything. And then you have a disciplined schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like for you, it was like tennis, right?
Tennis.
Like for us, boarding school, it was just school. But we weren't really allowed to just go out anywhere. Like we had to have the correct permissions and all, but you have to survive and like fend for yourself.
Budgeting wise.
Yeah. And it's character building.
Yes. You have to adjust.
Yeah. Also, the culture and the language.
Different.
Like, people have different sense of humor and all of this stuff. And
how they move. And, like I would say in New York, everybody goes, like, quick. Mm-hmm. LA is more, like, quick, but not really that quick.
Yeah, like
but Australia is kind of, like, laid back.
Yeah. When you have a chance to live abroad at an early age, I feel like you're already getting kind of ahead in life in terms of learning how to be a global citizen.
Yeah.
Because then you can go anywhere and be okay.
I agree.
And I feel like we both had that when we entered show business. Mm-hmm. So like the cutthroat world of show business is very sharky, right?
It is.
But we already had that tough like armor on us.
Yeah, be thick face.
Yeah.
I think they think, oh maganda siya, artista siya.
Yeah. No, but it's not. It's so different. Like people don't know.
It takes guts. To be a good chair. Not kidding. It takes guts. No, it really does takes guts. Like you need, like I said, you need to be intellectual. You need to be, you need to be confident. There's confidence and there's arrogance, but you need to be confident. You need to know what you're doing. You need to believe in yourself. And it's always so hard to believe in yourself But once you're in screen and you feel uncomfortable, that camera is gonna magnify that and be like, "Oh, she's scared." Like, because it's all in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And like, eyes don't lie. You see it in the eyes, and you gotta believe it. And for other people to believe you, you need to believe in yourself. You need
Amen.
to believe, because if you don't, then I'm not gonna believe you.
Yeah. But the journey is also not what we imagine it.
No.
Like, we think we've improved, we're good, we got these experiences, like our acting resume is really good, but
Yeah.
we're still striving.
Of course.
Like, it's a never ending, like, uphill kind of journey. So you really have to find a way to enjoy it.
But that's what you're saying right now is amazing, because if once you get content, then I don't know. I think that's where you stop. That's where you stop growing. That's where you stop learning, because you feel like you feel like you're good. So I think also one lesson, is never get contented, and you're never that great. Like, there's always something to improve on.
Yeah. You're so self-aware. I love it.
I try to be, but like sometimes I'm not. Like, I guess it's easier said than done.
Have there been moments where you caught yourself not being as self-aware?
Of course, especially in relationships.
Oh, in relationships. Not at work. Like, at work,
No.
you're pretty focused.
Yes. Relationships for me, I think that's my weakness. I think that's my Goliath. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I've surrounded myself. I go in relationships for the wrong reasons. But now slowly I'm learning. What I've learned is it takes to be with the right person for you to actually learn. And like, it really takes a special person to understand you and help you heal those traumas. And you can actually only heal them if you address it with the person that you're going through life with.
That's very mature. I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
No, that's really nice to hear from you. Your partner will be like a mirror and show you all the good things and also all the bad things.
Yes.
So then navigating it together will just help you guys grow.
Yeah.
But if you can't navigate together, then it's bad news.
That's where the separation happens.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not the easiest. Like I said, I was emotional, and which is why I'm an actor. So it's like, it's tough. It's tough to be with me, but kudos to my partner right now, because he's a trooper.
He's a trooper. Oh, but he's lucky to have you, though.
Yeah, I hope so.
Or you guys are lucky to have each other.
Yeah,
If
I
this
think
is
it's
what's
meant.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man.
Hopefully, yeah.
Ooh, I like these words. Maybe this will go into something more.
Maybe, hopefully. Yeah. I still have much to give when it comes to my craft, which is acting, being an actor. At the same time, I'm also trying to get ready or plan for the next stage of my life, which is, I suppose, eventually thinking of starting to have a family, thinking of how I'm going to raise a person. So I'm really in that area where I still have things I want to work on for myself, and at the same time already planning for the next, like I said, next stage in life.
Yeah. The 30s are really fun.
Really?
Like, I feel like you really bloom into the woman that you're supposed to be in your 30s. At least from my experience.
I hope so.
It's nice. It's going to be such a fun journey. Women nowadays can do so much.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of prioritizing all of those things. And you don't, like, just because you're moving into a different sector of your life, it doesn't erase what you've already accomplished. Like, that's always going to be with you. It's kind of like you're expanding your portfolio.
I know, right?
As a woman, and we can wear so many different hats.
Yeah, being a woman, there's
Hell yeah.
certain expectations, plus you need to look good doing it.
Preach, girl.
How does that even happen? Like, you need to be like a boss or a badass beast, but then also you need to be like a princess doing it. Like,
Demure. And
mindful.
With grace and class.
But,
I mean, it's hard.
but it's fun.
But women, we're built different.
Yeah.
So we can do it.
Yeah.
It's up to us if we want to.
Yeah.
And how we want to attack it. I mean, we're given the set of cards that we're given because we can handle it.
Yeah. I think so too. And as we should.
Men do the same in their own way.
Of course.
But I think as women, like, there's just so much pressure because I guess of the biological aspect of it.
Because we have a timeline.
We do have a timeline.
Like our system.
Like our... Just being a woman. Oh,
Yeah.
There's so many things that go into it that don't, like, most people don't really talk about, especially in our culture. All you hear is like, when are you getting married? When are you gonna have a kid? When? It's like always when, but like, do they ever ask about
How?
like deeper than that? Like, is your health okay? Are your hormones all right?
Exactly.
Like, is there something that you need to work on internally?
Yes.
It's not that easy, but
It's not.
I think it's nice to talk about it, even casually like this, because then people will feel more comfortable talking about it.
Yes. It's an untouched zone, actually. I feel like it's very sensitive.
Yeah, we'll all cross that bridge when we do, but it's just nice to be open to talking
Yes,
about
of course.
this kind of stuff, because it also adds that extra layer of depth to us when we do the things that we love to do. And everyone's timeline is different. So I think the best takeaway is that to just, like, do your thing, be the best at what you think is for you, and have a positive mindset about it.
Yes.
Because everyone has their own lane.
And we gotta work hard and never get content.
Yeah. Aww. Well, that was a good convo.
It was. I hope so. I mean, I hope that was nice.
It was nice, and thank you for doing this for me so last minute.
This is not scripted at all as well.
No, it's not. This is just how we talk.
This is just how it is.
And if the cameras weren't even on, we'd be talking about
the same.
the same exact stuff.
Less filter though, I feel like.
Oh yeah, it would be a lot of like bleeps and stuff.
But I mean, more or less,
Yeah.
the substance is there.
Thank you. See, I don't really see you often, but we still made time to do this.
Of course.
And you're visiting for like 4 days.
Yes. And I'm so excited. I mean, I'm excited to see this because this is something that we get to keep forever as memories. And
Also-
like, remember we did that?
Yeah. And see, that's why I love recording everything. Like everything we've been through, I have so much footage of us. All the stuff. And then now, like, we're evolving still.
Yes.
So it's just adding to our collection of memories.
It's so good.
It's so good. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. Hey, what's up? So I hope you enjoyed that. Please follow me on Instagram at Rivera Mica.
Well, that's it for today. Maika was amazing. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about her. Make sure to follow her and also follow me at Mica on Instagram, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mica Javier. Make sure to like, leave a comment, and let me know if you enjoyed this episode. Also, let me know what gems and wisdom nuggets that Maika dropped that you really enjoyed in the comments. We'll see you next time. Bye.